So what's going on? This is Rodney, and I got a lot to say today. Man, did you see them boys get off last night? Yeah, Democratic National Convention. They stepped on them Republicans. Nothing like theirs. If you saw it, I like what Obama said. The worst problem I have is following Michelle, because she ripped it up as well. And I truly believe if it had not been Kamala, and if Michelle would have went on and said, yeah, I'll run, we would be in the same situation we are now, on top. So, I just want to step back for a minute, because, I always try to understand these parties, Republicans. Now, again, I'm 63 years old, so I've seen them since Nixon, Reagan, both Bush, and Trump. Now, I was always told the background to a Republican is conservative. I'm going to conserve, keep everything, and don't share nothing. Reaganomics, trickle down, that never happened. Yeah. So we understand we don't expect to get nothing from a Republican. I said it. This is my opinion. I'm saying something that I've lived through. Again, teen posts. We had after school programs. We had so much going for us. And who stopped it? Reagan. Oh, we got a new process. We're going to call it trickle down, where I'm going to give all the money to the big corporate people doing their thing, building America. And then we're going to turn the faucet on for everybody belong. So as all this piles up in it, we're going to turn it up. That's why they call it trickle. You know what trickle down means? That means you got this big old vase of water and this little spout at the bottom, and it's clogged. So the water might try to trickle down out. To who? More Republicans? More conservatism? Huh? How does that work? It's not meant for the everyday person to achieve nothing. That's why they call them conservatives. We're going to keep everything to ourselves and feed the international people. But we ain't going to do nothing for home. That's too much like right. Then you got the Democrats. Who we look at? Carter. We know Jimmy Carter was 100% with us. The peanut man, as they called him. Oh, yeah, definitely. Clinton. Come on. Let's talk about it. They made things happen for the little people. The ones that's down there in the dirt doing the day-to-day hustle. And not the big conglomerates who was doing nothing but smoking on cigars and drinking a high expensive cognac, bourbon, scotch, whatever it is they favor. So we understand why the black man has always been in the Democratic Party pocket, backing them 100%, because we understand what they will do for us. That was Clinton we talked about. Now, you want to talk about Obama? Did you hear him last night? I thought he was running again. I said, man, boy, he back at it. We can do it, was his theme. We could do it. And they all looked at him. I'm telling you, the thing that we don't understand, because those Republicans always want to bash the Democrats and convince us that they're not for you. I'm for you. Please. You ain't never done nothing for the African American, Hebrew, Israelite, colored, Negro in your life other than put us in slavery. Come on. We can talk about that too. They the ones started it when they made this country, as they called it. So yeah, Being a Democrat as an African American Hebrew Israelite in America, it's a good thing. Support them. If you don't believe it, dig into it and find out. Do the history of each of those presidents I just mentioned, starting with Nixon. And then come forward and see how our lives changed along the way according to who was president. Give you an example. They had made this agreement on the border. Hired both parties, Democrat and Republicans, say, yeah, we can agree to this and we can sign this and we can control our borders. Trump said, no, you ain't. Every Republican bagged out. No one had nothing to do with that. He told us not to. You ain't going against Trump. Republican, conservative, got his own agenda for his own self. 2025. You get the opportunity to read it, you need to find out. Because if he gets in office, he's going to implement all 900 pages. You know, they say you can't go back into slavery. He said the African American better learn of his history before he end up back in it. Well, if you know the African American Hebrew Israelite came here as slaves. So what is that telling me? From a Republican who wants to be the president, dictatorship, should I say. I'm just playing on that one. But everything that you see and everything you hear, we need to start paying attention for these next 12 weeks. September, October, November. Then he said if he don't get picked, he ain't going to accept the results, and there will be bloodshed in the streets. I had a conversation with this guy, and he said, you know, there's going to be a war. I'm like, really? He said, yeah, Rodney King, Floyd won't have nothing on that. It'll be worse than the Civil War. I said, well, the Civil War was fought against y'all, North and South. Who y'all gonna fight now? And call it a Civil War, worse than a Civil War, when you got so many diversities, exclusion and inclusion. Who are you gonna choose to fight? That's just how ignorant, and it does not make sense for us to be a melting pot of this world, have all different nationalities here, and for one nation to think that they are above all, excluded from all, and controlling all. How does that work? DEI. Only reason why you're there is because of DEI. I hope you guys have looked into that since now, because it is under attack. Well, who are attacking it? Republicans. They feel every job in this country should be ran by a Caucasian. And if you don't have one, you should wait till you find one and hire nobody else in that place until you get one. DEI. So we understand Republicans, conservative, Democrats, liberal. That means they believe in giving. I'm liberal. I'll give. Look at all the things they've done. You can again go back on presidents I mentioned. You can see the difference. That's why we support them. Yeah, you got your wanderers. I ain't gonna say that. Bless them. Bless them. All those African American Hebrew Israelites that say, I want to be part of your party. I want to be included. I'll poop on my own just to be a part of yours. I'll disown my own just to be with you. Not knowing that at their dinner table, they calling you the same thing they call me. If you heard the lady that was ex-assistant to Trump, when she said it, He used to call them bottom dwellers, his own supporters. So we have to understand this is not something just to be lax with. We need to make a serious statement that says, if you put us in the limelight, in the fire, in the line of fire, we going where we supposed to go, where they protect us. Republicans have never, ever protected us. And if you think they have, think again, because I haven't seen it. Every part of our history that I've looked at, when the Republicans was in charge, when they had the House, the Senate, and the seat, they passed all these stupid, ridiculous, conservative, I guess if you want to call it that, laws, enacted. And so it is. But every time a liberal gets in office, they put a stop to everything. But if you look at it, if you ever get a chance to look at the two parties, Republicans, old, washed up, been in their seats for 50 years. So if you look back 50 years, it takes you back to the struggle. Oh yeah, it takes you back to this. You can name them all. You can take a look at them. They're all there. And then you come to the Democrat side. Young, vibrant, hungry, looking to make changes, looking for support, looking to be part of the people and not the law or the solution, or the problem rather. They want to be the solution. Let's get out here and show them. We can't live together in harmony if one side would look at the other side and say we are one people under that red, white, and blue flag. It ain't me and you against ourselves and all them others that don't want to be a part of it. I asked that cat the same thing. I say, so who they gonna fight? Who they gonna fight? I told him, I say, this country is divided by red and blue. Now, somebody come up to you and say, what party you represent? Man, I'm a Republican. Okay, you cool, you damn. Man, I'm a Democrat. Blah. Here we go. Here we go. So the thing we have to understand is stand on what you believe. Stand on those things which govern you, that support you. Don't tell you who to vote for. That's your decision. Make sure you get out and do something. Like Michelle said last night, do something. Besides sit at home and then complain when the results are in. I should have voted. Yeah, you should have. But when that time comes, study that booklet that comes out with your pamphlet that tells you all of your laws, everything they want to enact. Read up on those congressmen and senators who's running in your state and in your city. See what they're about, what their record look like. Do they vote every time they're supposed to, or are they missing? Just got that title in that chair, in that pocket. Think about what they do for you. They got a history. What did they do the last 2 years since they've been elected? And then look at the foe, the one that's running against them. What is his record like? Who he come from? Where he come from? What he know? And make a choice. And then stand on it. The worst thing you can do is not vote and complain about the outcome. It's the worst thing you can do. Don't vote and complain about the outcome. Or vote for the wrong person and then complain about the outcome. Come on. We are in a time now, and I'm not going to get spiritual at this point. But you better look out. Because if that comes up and we start to make that path to the end, he'll be the one to get us there. Because he already made a promise. He get back in, he ain't getting out. You heard what Obama said, the sequel is worse than the first. The sequel is worse than the first. So what you do? Stand on your beliefs. Stand on your faith. Believe that what this guy is doing, whether it's Democrat or Republican, can bring you prosperity and hope. Yeah, because that's what you want. You want to be able to live in this society and prosper on the good side. But if you don't know, how can you? If you don't know, how will you? We'll just be sounding cymbals, waiting 4 years, 2028, and hope he ain't made himself a dictator and he ain't never leaving. An authoritarian and he ain't never leaving. 78 years old. If he did make it in there, he'd be 82. Then he'd run again. What you do? What you do? So yeah, this is a lot of shit going on right now. And we got to stay focused, alert, and aware. Because they will slip in under you. Take everything out your pocket. Claim your house as theirs. Take your job and claim it as theirs. Because they are privileged. That's the other word I was trying to remember. You think they're privileged. How can one race believe that they're privileged over? Yeah, it is hard to believe, but yet, that's where it stands. Just think about it. Do what you do, but don't do nothing. Do what you do, but don't do nothing. Do something. Because if not, don't complain. Hey, this is Rodney. We're going to talk a lot about it because I got a lot of shit to say. Till next we meet on That's Wednesday to Be. Stay up, stay out. Peace.